Hello everyone, so let's get started with today's topic, that is Article 35A of our constitution, which specifically deals with Jammu and Kashmir. And this is right now in current affairs, this is also a burning topic, and that's the reason why there's a very high probability that you will be getting a question on Article 35A of our constitution for your prelims 2018. So coming to the model question, it is consider the following statements with reference to Article 35A of our constitution. First statement, it empowers Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly to define states' permanent residents and their special rights and privileges. Second one, this provision was inserted as constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir Order 1954 issued by the President and not through a constitutional amendment under Article 368 of our constitution. And again, the demand of the question is for correct statement. So we'll have a quick revision about what exactly this Article 35A deals about. So Article 35A, in fact, it specifically empowers the Jammu and Kashmir legislature to define the permanent rules, that is the permanent residents of that particular state. That is Article 35A of our constitution. It in fact empowers the Jammu and Kashmir legislature to define what exactly constitutes the permanent residents of that particular state, which unlike other states, the normal states which we have in our country, they don't have. So this is actually something which this Jammu and Kashmir alone specifically enjoys. And again, according to this Jammu and Kashmir constitution, as a result, the Jammu and Kashmir constitution has defined it as a permanent resident would be as a person who was a state subject on May 14th, 1954, or who has been residing in the state for a period of 10 years and has lawfully acquired immovable property in the state. So this is how the Jammu and Kashmir constitution has right now in fact defined about permanent residents. And in fact this particular term or this particular provision can be amended only by Jammu and Kashmir legislature, and that too with a 2/3 majority. So that is how this particular constitution, that is Article 35A, in fact it empowers Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly to define the permanent residents of that particular state. And again, Article 35A of our constitution was not inserted through through the normal procedure, that is through Article 368 of our constitution, which deals with amendment of our constitution. It in fact has been inserted through a presidential order that is known as Constitution Application to Jammu and Kashmir Order of 1954. So this actually, that is one of the criticism also, that says that it actually has not been inserted through procedure established by law. So what exactly procedure established by law, etc., please go through your modules. So this actually is one of the strongest criticism against this particular Article 35A. That is, it has been inserted through a presidential order, and that's the reason why even if you look through the constitution, you will not be finding this particular article in the constitution. It has been mentioned, this particular article, that is Article 35A of our constitution, has been mentioned in one of the appendices of our constitution. That it has not been mentioned directly under our constitution. Direct provision is not particularly mentioned. Now again, this particular provision, that is article, as I mentioned earlier, only Jammu and Kashmir Assembly can amend this particular provision, and that too with a 2/3, that is, it has to be ratified by a 2/3 majority, and conferring such power. So what exactly is the advantage that the people or the permanent residents would enjoy if they are getting this particular permanent resident status? So in such a case, they will be getting, or they will be enjoying special rights or privileges or imposing upon other persons who are not actually permanent residents in that particular state with respect to employment under the state government. Second one, acquisition of immovable property in that state. Third one, settlement, that is settlement in that state. And also fourth and important one, that's the right to scholarship as well as other forms of aid that the state government may decide. So these are the most important criteria which or most important advantage or the benefits that persons who are known as permanent residents or who come within this particular provision of this Article 35A will be enjoying when you compare vis-a-vis with that of constitution, that is vis-a-vis with that of other states. And again, as per the existing agreement, it has been mentioned that this particular provision will not be challenged or will not be challenged in any court when it was signed at that particular time. But again, since it is against the judicial provision, judicial review, that's the reason why right now Supreme Court has decided to inquire into the legality of this particular provision, and that's the reason why right now it is in news. It is very important, please go through it. So now coming back to the question, consider the following statements with reference to Article 35A of our constitution. It empowers Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly to define states' permanent residents and their special rights and privileges. Yes, that is correct. Second one, this provision was inserted as constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir Order 1954 issued by the President and not through constitutional amendment under Article 368 of our Constitution. Again, that is also correct, so which means that the answer has to be C, both 1 and 2. So this is one of the most important part. Please revise it. That's it. Thank you.